What's up, guys? Kingsglavie. It's about time EX Turk with another Final Fantasy segment, Final Fantasy 15. Now, before I get on to this video, I'm gonna say I'm not really happy with the update that Square Enix had for Final Fantasy 15. I'm very calm about it, but Square Enix, I gotta be quite honest with you. By the way, I had Wendy's, so because the whole Wendy's girl beat. But anyways, I just gotta say I'm not happy with Square Enix's, thing about the update. And luckily it was a free update, so I didn't really pay for it, but I just gotta say that, next time you might want to keep your word. Just a little bit, but I just gotta point out just right there. Calm now. I'm ready to make a video, and I'm still gonna be making more Final Fantasy videos. Don't worry about that stuff right now. I'm just saying I'm just pleased with a decision that was made in Square Enix, so besides the business decision, we're not talking about that now. We're going to be talking about Ravus' true power throughout both Kingsglavie and Final Fantasy 15. Now, to accurately place the power of Ravus Nox Fluret in Kingsglavie, I'd have to say he's at the level, at least, of Loki and Caligo, the other two generals, because at this point, the other two lieutenants. At this point, Ravus Nox Fluret was a lieutenant. And this could be the time when he was working with Aranea Highwind before he got promoted to work with Versteel. When he got promoted to work with Arden. When he got promoted to... You get the point. History. But at that point, he'd be at the strength of Caligo and Loki. Individually, because they're about the same strength. So, in Kingsglavie, Ravus is a lot weaker. And we can see that. But Ravus isn't too weak because there was a test for him to join the Nephilim Empire. Besides just spying on Lunafreya and making sure Lunafreya does not get, not get anywhere near King Regis. The test that Ravus Nox Fluret had to go through when he joined the Nephilim Empire was to kill one of the other 6. Now, what is the other 6 you talk about? Vincent, what's the other 6 you talk about? You know what Ignis talked about, that some of the other 6 were killed, the Astrals were killed up in the Nephilim Empire? What if it's possible Ravus won his first battle against the Astral Odin? And then that's why Rama wants revenge. But Rama doesn't know the specific member of the Nephilim Empire that killed Odin. Now, you could say Idolus did, but I think, if anything else, Idolus just mostly sits on his throne. And that's pretty much what he does. Not to say he can't. In fact, Idolus is way stronger than Ravus at any kind of prime until Ravus turns to the form of Altaria. So, yes, he's strong enough to take out an Astral, but still not strong enough to go up against Noctis at this point. At this point, they're equal in strength, because this version of Noctis has just set out on his crystal journey, so he don't even got any royal arms. So at this point, Ravus and Noctis tie in strength in Kingsglavie. Now, years later, after he gets his arm burned off, Versteel constructs a metal arm made from General Glocka's armor. So yes, the same man who killed his mother. That arm actually really belongs to the armor of the man who killed his mother, which is very twisted if you really think about that. But besides that, it enhances strength tenfold. In fact, he becomes stronger than General Glocka in the beginning of Final Fantasy 15. As you can see why Arden was threatened, because Arden needed to use Noctis. Arden needed to use Noctis Lucius Caelium in order to, he had to use Noctis, Arden had to use Noctis in order to get the ring. So, what did Ravus? So, why did he stop Ravus's battle? It's because at that point, Ravus was at least 10 times stronger. Yes, at this point, Noctis have acquired at least 3 or 4 royal arms at that chapter, and at least acquired Rama, one of the Astrals. So Noctis is strong, but at this point Ravus is too strong. Hence why episode Gladiolus happens, because Gladiolus, you know, the strongest guy on Noctis's team at the time, got knocked back like it was nothing. And it was because of Glocka's arm, because you gotta add Ravus's base power and his training and how he was able to kill an Astral with the power of General Glocka. And if anyone watched Kingsglavie, you know how strong General Glocka is. Ravus's arm, Magitech arm, is made out of General Glocka's armor. So add General Glocka with Ravus, that would actually double in numbers. Now, I'm not that good at numbers, but I know that's at least a pretty high percentage. That's a pretty high percentage right there. So he is way stronger than Noctis. And that's why Arden felt threatened, because he wanted to use Noctis to get the ring. Now, it would have never been able to happen, because at this point, we got a revenge-driven Ravus. So Ravus would have killed Noctis as an act of revenge. So, at that point, that's why there was no battle between Ravus and Noctis in the first place in that chapter. Because at that point, Noctis could not close the gap between him and Ravus. That's why I say Ravus is also a better rival character than Cypher, because Cypher was equally matched with Squall. At this point, Noctis had to step his game up. And he did. Chapter 13, he got a lot more summons, more royal arms. So at this point, him and Ravus are actually tied in Chapter 13. But Ravus never got to fight Noctis in Chapter 13. At least the real Ravus. That was on Tyria, but I'm going to put that a little bit later. At this point, Ravus is at least a little bit stronger, 15 times stronger than he was. And Noctis has closed the gap finally, because they're both equal in power at the same time. But poor Noctis never got to fight Ravus, because Ravus actually turned his back on the Niflheim Empire and went to challenge Idolus Outercrap. Now, what would that say about Idolus Outercrap if he could defeat a guy who's at the same equal power as a Lucius King that has at least, I'm going to estimate, 10 or more royal arms? That means Idolus is at least 10 times stronger than Ravus was. You know. So Ravus cannot beat Idolus. But, you know, but the thing is, Noctis also defeated Idolus in the form of Feralis. But then again, remember the Star Scourge affects Feralis, so he'll keep coming back as long as the Star Scourge is there. Because, you know, Arden. But at this point, you know, at this point, Noctis gets a boost from defeating Idolus, and at least in one battle between Feralis. You know. So at this point, Noctis is stronger than Ravus. But it changes. As you can see, Ravus grows even stronger than Idolus 15 times. Now, it's not really Ravus, but it's a host for the metal arm that was General Glocka. And the metal arm that was a General Glocka is the accurate form mixed with Ravus is called Ontaria. Now, this is a hard boss battle, and you know why it's a hard boss battle? It's even harder than the final battle. Is because at this point, the General Glocka armor from the metal arm has fused completely with a dead corpse Ravus. Even though Ravus was able to utter the words, "Finish me, kill me, get rid of me," because I couldn't live like that. So, you know, at this point, Ravus is 15 times stronger. Well, I wouldn't call him the real Ravus, because remember, in the form of Ontario, if Ontario takes control of you, it's just like my theory about General Glocka. Like when General Glocka wears the armor and the mask, he's no longer Titus Gerontis. Even though Titus Gerontis is in the armor, it takes over because Magitech is made out of demons. And if you know demon mythology, demons take over a host just like a parasite does. You know, at this point, the metal arm called Ontaria has taken over Ravus completely. Ravus has no conscience, but Ravus has gone 15 times stronger. Like, this would be the strongest form of Ravus Nox Fluret. At this point, Ravus Nox Fluret could actually put up a good fight with Arden if he were to turn on Arden. But of course, because of Magitech and the Star Scourge, Arden has complete control of all the demons in the Star Scourge. So that even includes human-possessed demons like Idolus, Ravus, or anybody who is possessed with the Star Scourge or fused Magitech with them. And Ravus isn't like Idolus. Like, Idolus is a full-fledged demon. But, you know, but Ravus is fused with that metal arm, which is Ontaria. And so, because Magitech is made out of demons, that also falls under the Star Scourge. So, of course, Ravus and Arden will never fight at that point because the Ontaria has taken over Ravus completely, and that's why Ravus asked Noctis to kill him. But, you know, or say that never happened. Say he never died from Idolus. Somehow he managed to beat Idolus. If he was to manage to beat Idolus, let's just hypothetically say if he managed to beat Idolus, he'd probably be the same strength or even stronger at this point because he controls the power of Ontaria. I mean, not of the metal arm, because at this point he does not die yet. Let's look at a situation where he defeats Idolus. It successfully does it, where Idolus never comes back. At this point, Ravus would be probably even 20 times stronger than him in his Ontaria form. And if he would have lived through chapter 14, you know, after defeating Idolus, and when Noctis is gone and got training from Aranea, Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto, while Noctis is gone for the 10 years, I'm pretty sure at this point, Ravus would be at least 50 times stronger. At this point, he would be at least on the same level as future Noctis, with the complete ring of Lucii and the complete power of the royal arms and the true king's power. Except the difference is, at this point, Noctis is immortal and Ravus is not, but he would at least be the same power. Pretty much both of them would be able to beat Arden easier than even in the game. But of course, you didn't even need it because Noctis is power, but pretty much that's what I gotta say about Ravus Nox Fluret's power. His true power scale. So, may the crystal be with you. Like and subscribe. Share this video if you can. And join the Final Fantasy community and stuff. May the crystal be with you. And Square Enix makes some better business decisions. So, may the crystal be with you.